Hey guys, Dave from Nerdarchy, for nerds, by nerds, hanging out with these nerds.
I'm Ted.
Ryan.
And today we're going to be doing a GM 911 from Levi. And basically, he pulled a switcheroo on his players.
A bait and switch.
A bait and switch with evil characters involved. Shenanigans do ensue.
So if you're going to submit a GM911 to us, you can send it to nerdarchy@gmail.com, put GM911 in the subject, or you can submit it over on our forums under the GM911 section.
So...
the way he led into this is fucking hilarious. Like, it's awesome.
Yeah, he did a great job. Like, he had his players convinced they were playing one adventure path and switched it for another one, you know.
Because they made all evil characters.
They made evil characters. They were planning on running the Hoard of the Dragon Queen, and they made cultists who were trying to stop the upstarts who were doing it wrong.
And they wanted to claim the credit.
And just before they could really get into it,
the mists,
Death House.
the mists come in, and their evil asses are in Ravenloft, because if you're evil enough, the mists come for you. That happens. So it's fantastic.
Yeah, that was awesome. So, you know, now what the GM says is the real problem is he doesn't care that the characters are being evil, but they're being batshit crazy.
Well, they're basically like super murder hobo-y is the main like problem.
That's why I don't like evil campaigns, because it almost always degenerates to this.
Well, it depends on the players, but that is the
it's just been my experience.
People want to play parodies of evil. They want to do the thing like when they're playing a video game where they just like go around and just kill NPCs. Like you go and you slay Deckard Cain just cause, lols. But no, like you can't. Like here's the thing, right? So his players are killing everyone, or just random NPCs are attacking them or whatever.
Well, there's two scenarios that he brings up.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, you know, one is they go to the there might be spoilers here if you guys haven't played or are going to play this, but he goes to the common store, the general store, and you know this guy's a jerk. He overcharges. They get angry, but it's also outlined in the module what happens. You know, depending on what they do.
Yeah. Right.
So what the way he handles is as the players are like burning down the guy's store,
which they do.
Yeah. You know, him and his nephew, that's kind of like his muscle, kind of flee because they don't want to be in the burning store. And Strahd shows up and says, "Hey, this is not how we do things here. Stop it." That being said, they move to the next town, and essentially, you know, they're starting to do the same kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. And it gives them warnings. You know, if this happens, you know, A happens. If A doesn't work, try B. If B doesn't work, try C. And Levi wants to know at what point
do you stop? Where the kids' gloves come off, basically.
Yeah. Right now. Yeah. You know, basically, right now, if they've gone to the second point.
They've gotten 2 strikes, essentially, right? If you're talking strikes, third strike is that they're going to get fucked up. Like, it's really what it should be.
Well, and here's the thing, too. Like, and, you know, maybe the word goes out about these individuals, and they have no safe havens because they're not welcomed anywhere. And at the end of the day, these are Strahd's people. Yeah. He treats them like shit. But he's Strahd, and he does it, not you.
Somebody else.
Yeah.
It's just so, like, it's like, you know, I can call my mother a whore, but you can't. Like, you know, like, it's kind of that situation.
You walk into town, and, like, the doors close, the shutters lock. You know,
no one will sell you anything.
No one will sell you anything. No one will give you a place. So when it's dark out and you've got no buildings to go into, what kind of creepiness finds its way to you? You're in Ravenloft, man. You don't play Ravenloft with kid gloves.
And Strahd starts sending his enforcers just because you're dicking around with his people and you don't like it.
Yeah.
So like I think this game is going to get really hard for them fast. Yeah. And you need to draw the line in the sand to let them know. You know, that the behavior is not acceptable, or there will continue to be consequences based on their actions.
Yeah, natural consequences, right? Like things like if you were interacting with someone in this such and such a way, and it's a close-knit community, well, guess what? This is what happens. It's natural consequences of your actions, and it's only going to escalate and get harder from there. And like, yeah, Strahd might just like start like basically actively punishing them because, like, hey, no, these are my serfs. You're not gonna mess around with my serfs.
Or if you delve into like the older Ravenloft stuff, you might want to pull from there and be like, not only is you've gained the attention of Strahd, but you're also beginning to gain the attention of the actual realm of Ravenloft itself.
Dark powers,
which might not be a good thing.
Yeah.
The Vestani, if you're a jerk to them, they can put curses on you.
Yeah.
Which will be a bit of a hindrance and annoying. So there's definitely things that you can do that are going to hopefully deter them. But ultimately they're just consequences. And you've already set the groundwork, and you've already said, hey, well, Strahd's aware of you guys, and he gave you the warning. So at this point, because of that, I think anything else that comes further comes from Strahd. He may not personally intervene, but it's on his behalf.
Minions will come.
Yeah. No rest for the wicked now, bitch ass.
Yeah, like it could be like every time they go to sleep, like wolves start baying and howling and they can't sleep. Like annoyances like that. Like, so you guys haven't really been able to sleep for the last 3 or 4 nights fully through.
Yeah.
How do you
Enjoy
feel
levels
about-
of exhaustion.
Yeah. How are you feeling about that?
So, levels of exhaustion. You didn't get your rest, so
For spells.
not gonna recharge abilities.
Yeah.
So you could definitely do things like that. I'm not sure how I would go about that part, because that becomes really harsh fast.
Well, maybe they'll learn.
Maybe not.
I haven't had a lot of exposure to Ravenloft, but my personal opinion and my knowledge of
Respect the
Ravenloft.
loft. Respect it.
You don't play Ravenloft with kid gloves. If you're there, you gotta, as Dave says, you gotta respect the Ravenloft, and if not, it's just gonna eat you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, when I was saying about the wolves and stuff, like, bats and wolves are servitors of Strahd.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
So, like, if he decides he just wants to, like, nettle the adventurers, not necessarily harm them, but, like, really just nag at them, like, that would be a way to do it.
that is a fabulous way to
For 2
really
nights,
mess
and
with
then
them.
he
Yeah.
backs off to see what they do.
Yeah. It's like, have you learned?
Yeah, if they're nice to the people in town, all of a sudden, like, they're now offering to pay 10 times.
Yeah.
Can I pay 11?
Yeah.
Then maybe they're back at the first village, rebuilding the store.
Yeah, so I mean, so that's the thing. They're always gonna, like, they might not be welcome to those towns, but like moving forward, they might have to think, well, we might not want to be absolute mercenaries when things are just terrible everywhere and we need safe havens. Like, you got to be logical about things,
Indeed.
So,
Yeah.
So what do you guys think? How would you handle this situation? Put your thoughts and comments down below. While you're at it, like, share, even subscribe.
you can follow us over on Instagram.
Can tweet at us over on Twitter.
So until next time, stay nerdy.